Hello, and welcome to a Firebase tutorial. Here, we'll start by just Googling Firebase, clicking on the link. Make sure you're signed into your Google account. Go to the console, and you're going to start a new project. You can name the project whatever you'd like. I'll name mine yeah, that's pretty good. So create this project. And now you're in your console. So first thing we're going to want to do is go to the database. You want the real-time database. And you want to be in test mode because you want to be able to read and write to the database. Now when your app is finished, you may want to change these to false if you don't need to read or write from it. You'll likely need to read, but maybe not write afterwards. Sorry, I had a cough there. So this would be our starter. Then we need to make a project bucket. Whatever name you'd like. And then you need your tag. And then your tag needs to have children. Let's make it 1. There we go. Now we have a project bucket, a tag with some subtags. Here I have an example of a database that I made for my app. This is for a restaurant randomizer app. I imported these from Access because I found it just a little bit easier using an online utility. But this is my project bucket. Data is my tag, and then these are a subtag with all of the other children in them. So now that you see how this part of it works, let's go over to App Inventor. Now, when you import in your FireDB from the experimental, it's going to have a token, a URL, and it's going to put project bucket. You shouldn't edit the token. You grab the URL from right here, you paste it in there, and your project bucket is going to be this number here, or name, or whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be a number. It could be a name like we did in this one, I am project bucket. So now if you want to call from these, well, let's go over here. So here we have a random number that gets generated to pick a random restaurant. And to grab the category of that restaurant, you have data slash the random number slash category. So let's see how that works. So you have 1 here, and then it looks at that project bucket. Data is the first tag it sees, so it comes here, and then slash the random number. So let's say the random number is 5. Okay, now it looks here, and they ask for slash category. So then it looks here and points at American. That's what that would draw out. Now you can see I'm calling multiple things from the same Firebase here. When you call them, it prompts the get value, which you can assign the value then to a variable or whatever. And if you're calling multiple from the same Fire database, you can do this if the tag it gets from the local variable equals the tag you search for, then do what you want to do with that value. Or if the tag is from the type, I want to do what I want to do with the type one. Now another way to approach this would be to come to the designer, add in a second FireDB component, grab all the same stuff, and then come over here, and instead make this get the value from Firebase 2, and come to FireDB 2, and then to do all of this processing in here. Obviously I wouldn't need the if statement then, because it'd be the only one grabbing from this one. But those are the two methods to grab a tag out. One last important thing it is important to remember when pulling data out of Firebase is it doesn't look at any of this as strings, which is them as variables. So if you want to pull a string like a word or phone numbers out of it, you need to put these single quotes around everything you type in, even though it already has the double quotes. If you don't, for example, this would only read in 424 and would read in nothing else because it only looks at it as a variable and this white space means nothing to it. So with that stuff in mind, good luck on your app.